Hey everybody, Massachusetts Prepper here. Today we're going to do a little review on the ER bar. This is an emergency ration bar that comes in an 18-ounce package, vacuum sealed, with a Ziploc enclosure. So once it's been opened along the perforated line there, you can zip it back closed. Now, like I said, these bars weigh 18 ounces. Each block contains 2,460 calories per block. Each block contains 6 individual segments. They're still hooked together, so you still have to break them. And if this is showing up on the camera, you can see the perforations in the packaging where you can separate each one of these individual blocks. Now, each individual block contains 410 calories. Now, this is designed to be a 3-day emergency food supply. This is not one of these meals, emergency meals, that's going to fill you up, have you feeling like, whoa, you just ate a turkey or whatever. But it is designed to sustain life, to give you the minimum requirements needed to sustain life for 3 days. So in essence, what you would do is take these first 2 blocks and you would eat them on day 1. Now, these are very dense, so you're not going to want to just choke these down. I would eat, like, say, one of these around 11 o'clock and one again around 5 o'clock. That's day 1. Day 2, same thing. Day 3, same thing. Okay, so this isn't made to be, 2,400 calories. So the block has 2,460 calories. Most people are saying, whoa, that's one meal, because the average person takes in 2,000 to 3,000 calories per day. But this is not your average meal. This is to sustain life, not to be just a gigantic meal. Yeah, if you wanted to only get through one day, you could eat this whole thing. I wouldn't want to eat this block in one day. That would be a very heavy, dense meal, sitting like a ton of brick in my stomach. Now, the packaging is done in such a way that it's vacuum sealed, so it's going to protect this stuff if you throw it in your bug out bag or your get home bag. And with the Ziploc enclosure, if you do open it, you can close it back up, so the product's not going to just get dirty or contaminated or fall out or whatever. The packaging is designed to withstand extreme conditions and temperatures, so it is waterproof. Dirt, dust proof. The sun's not going to affect it. Temperature's not going to affect it. The temperatures, it's good down to 22 below 0 Fahrenheit and as high as 149 degrees Fahrenheit. So if you're leaving these in your vehicle, like I live here in the Northeast, the cold's not going to affect these, and the summertime temperatures aren't going to affect them, and they're going to stay good for 5 years as long as the vacuum seal is not broke on these bags. Once you open them, then yes, the shelf life is going to drop dramatically. If you got 4 or 5 days out of it once it was open, that's probably going to be good. Now, in the manufacturing process of these, they're manufactured with no trans fats, no cholesterol, tropical oils, or nuts are used in the manufacturing of these. So if you're a person that has food allergies, that's one of the things that you don't have to worry about, because you're just not going to have an allergic reaction from eating these. Now, these are made in the accordance with the requirements of the United States Department of Homeland Security and the Coast Guard for emergency victims. This is not something that you just want to take and pull out of your bag or pull off your shelf and chow down on it and say, oh, I can eat on this for 3 days and I'm good. This is not going to be good for you just to eat on a daily basis. This is to sustain life. They are ready to eat. You don't have to prepare these. There's no cooking, no preparation. Open the bag, break off one of the cubes, and start eating. Now, a lot of people in a survival situation think, well, you know, what if I don't have water? I'm probably not going to want to eat this, especially something this size that weighs 18 ounces and is a big block of dry food. I'm not going to want to eat this. But this is made with a non-thirst provoking formula. It does have a high fat content, which helps with that non-thirst provoking formula. So you can eat these and you're not going to feel any thirstier after eating it than you did before. So in essence, you can just chow right into this, eat away, and yeah, you're gonna, if you haven't had anything to drink in a few days, you're gonna feel thirsty. But eating this is not gonna make you feel any thirstier. Now, as I said, just one 18-ounce bar can minimally sustain life on the average person for 3 days. Sustain life. Not going to feel full, not going to feel satisfied. It's just not going to happen. Because you're, in essence, eating 820 calories per day. Getting a total of 2,460 calories over 3 days. So this will sustain your life. To help you get to, wherever you need to go. It will keep you alive until someone finds you, if you're found within that 3 days. Just a great thing to have in your bug out bag or in your get home bag. Now, we all know that everyone needs at least 3 days of food and water. We can use the analogy of, the threes. You can live 3 minutes without air, 3 hours in extreme weather conditions, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food. So food and water is essential. We have to have it, and everyone should have at least 3 days of food and water in their home as a minimal baseline of preparedness. These do have a 5-year shelf life. So as long as that vacuum seal is not broke, you're good for 5 years. You can pick these up on Amazon for $21.18 for a package of 4. Now some people say, oh, well, it's only 2,400 calories, so that's actually 4-day food supply, not a 3-day food supply. But in essence, it's a 12-day food supply to sustain life. Now I have tried these. They don't taste half bad. It's not something I'm going to eat every day. It's kind of like eating a very dense, moist cookie, and it's got like a lemony taste to it. So it is edible. It's not something you're going to absolutely hate unless you hate lemon. If you absolutely cannot stand lemon flavor, well, you're not going to like these too much. If you don't like very dense food, you're probably not going to like these too much. But in an emergency situation, I think the ER bar is a great product for the price. The packaging is great. The calories are there to sustain life for the 3 days. And overall, I think it's a good product. But anyway, this is just a short review of the ER bar. And this is Massachusetts Prepper saying, take care. Blade. And the back spacer right here doubles as a bottle opener. The lanyard hole is also an emergency screwdriver. As you can see, it's pretty thin. The handle features the Kershaw K textured grip. It's made out of glass-filled nylon.